Hey gang, welcome to another edition of Doc's Dumpster, where it's a review of the movie Felix the Cat, the movie. It seems like nothing's going really well in the land of Oriana, I think. Yes, that's pronounced. When the princess is told by a fortune teller that her uncle, the Duke of Zil, is going to invade the kingdom. So she knows that she must try to find a hero. So she's about to jump into a transporter machine along with the fortune teller, but they are caught by the Duke of Zil's robots. And the princess sheds a single tear for her capture, and somehow that tear gets into the transporter machine and goes across time and space and, well, all kinds of different other things you can imagine, to go and find Felix the cat, who is at the time napping by a tree. The tear tells Felix tells him about what's going on, so he grabs his magic bag. But unfortunately, he doesn't go on this trip alone, as the professor, who is an enemy of Felix, and his nephew Poindexter follow him to the land of Oriana. The tear tells Felix of his mission and disappears. So Felix winds up meeting somebody named Pym, who offers to guide him, but he eventually betrays him, and Felix winds up in a circus that is run by a guy named Whack Lizardi. So Felix gets his bag taken, and he's forced to work in the circus where he's sitting at. But eventually he meets up with the princess. She tells him all about her evil uncle. So Felix winds up trying to perform a trick, but he winds up escaping with his bag and the princess and the professor and Poindexter in tow. They get to the castle and they confront the Duke, and he finally gets to unleash his big creation called the Master Cylinder. But one thing Master Cylinder cannot handle is a book. Especially when the book is called the Book of Ultimate Power. The robot's defeated, the Duke flees, vowing to return. And Felix and the princess says goodbye to Felix. And Felix and all the others who went on this trip wind up going back to their own time to live happily ever after, I guess. The movie stars Felix the cat. But the big question is, does it really belong in a dumpster? Yeah. This movie, it seemed to have heart to it, but there was a lot of stuff going about this movie that just seemed like that there's a lot going wrong with it. Audio was bad, a lot of the animation was bad. The first part of the movie, you see the head of Felix greeting the audience and everything like that, and it looked really, really cool. And then we go to the animation, and it's like, what on earth? How do we go to something that looked like a really cool computer graphic to what that was? It's a pretty bad movie, and I really hate to pick on a kids movie. I'm not even sure if this was even a kids movie. I mean, it was weird. In fact, this might be the kind of movie you might want to put your kids in front of and try to get them to confess things that they've been doing, say in school that the teacher said that they did, or if they're trying to hide something from you or something like that. Maybe this might be a good movie to put your kids in front of and go and tell them, it's like, you're gonna watch Felix the cat, and they're gonna sit there and go, ooh, and they're gonna sit there and go, okay, I understand it being punished. So yeah, set them down in front of the TV sometime, put this movie in, and if they do wrong again, just tell them, don't make me get out Felix the cat. This movie was a big time mess, and a lot of the audio, and I think at one point it was said that the princess had no idea that the Duke was her uncle, and then she kind of confessed that he was her uncle or something like that, and I'm like, Huh? Wow, you guys really screwed this movie up. Uh, I did enjoy the old Felix the Cat cartoons. In fact, I think they did a sort of a reboot in the 90s, which was really out there, man, but it was still a lot of fun to watch. But this movie, I wasn't really all that big on. In fact, it was a big box office flop, which is unfortunate to say that about a cartoon. But then again, there have been other cartoons that go from the TV to the big screen and fail miserably, and I'll probably try and review some of those. But there you guys have it, a review of Felix the Cat, the movie. Please let me know in the comments below what you thought about it, whether you agree or disagree, and what your thoughts are on the movie. And, of course, if you like my videos, feel free to subscribe. And if you got a movie you think that needs to be put into a dumpster and buried with kitty litter, send it my way, and I'll get on it ASAP. Thank you guys so very, very much for watching. And until next time, as always, stay strong and rock on.